What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with reactions to the classics, and today we've got a reaction to Mount Eerie's Real Death, brought to us by friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Always appreciate you. Chris has great musical taste. Just a really great guy, man. Joins us on our live streams. Never met him, but feel like I know him. And he says this song's very powerful. I did some deep diving into this song's subject matter, and it's going to be really powerful. A little bit about Mount Eerie. Mount Eerie is really the musical project of American songwriter and producer Phil Evelrum. And so he's really Mount Eerie. And this song is about the death of his wife, Genevieve. So they had a baby. 4 months after his wife, Genevieve, gives birth, she goes in for a postpartum checkup with having a little bit of mild abdominal pain. And they eventually figure out she's got stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So they struggle through all that, obviously, and she ends up passing away. And he said that he'd always written with the lyrics secondary and the music first. Like, that was what he was more worried about. But for this album, just 2 months after she passed away. So now he's the caregiver of a small child, right, by himself. And he's writing music. And so he said he wrote it at night or when she was on play dates with friends or family members. And he said it was all about the lyrics. He had written down a bunch of stuff during her treatment, or was in the hospital, like caring for her, or at home caring for her. And so he kind of put all this together, and that's what this song is about. So as you can imagine, I'm sure this is going to be quite heavy. I'll have the lyrics up. As always, thank you, Chris.
Death is real. Someone's there and then they're not. And it's not for singing about. It's not for making into art. When real death enters the house, all poetry is dumb. When I walk in to the room where you were and look into the emptiness instead, all fails. My knees fail. My brain fails. Words fail. Crusted with tears, catatonic and raw, I go downstairs and outside and you still get mail. A week after you died, a package with your name on it came, and inside was a gift for our daughter you had ordered in secret and collapsed there on the front steps. I wailed. A backpack for when she goes to school a couple years from now. You were thinking ahead to a future you must have known deep down would not include you. Though you clawed at the cliff you were sliding down, being swallowed into a silence that's bottomless and real. It's dumb, and I don't want to learn anything from this. I love you.
Wow, Real Death. Yeah, I mean, this song is just so powerful. I mean, it's just so heart-wrenching, man. The instrumentation on it's just perfect. Just some chilled acoustic, a little bit of stuff added in. Just what it needs to be, because the star of the song is definitely the lyrics. And I mean, I'm sure we're going to read them to you because they're fantastic, and they're gut-wrenching. Death is real. Someone's there, and then they're not. And it's not for singing about. It's not for making into art. When real death enters the house, all poetry is dumb. When I walk into the room where you were and look into the emptiness instead. And then he kind of pauses, and then it's all fails. My knees fail. My brain fails. Words fail. Crusted with tears, catatonic and raw. I go downstairs and outside, and you still get mail. A week after you died, a package with your name on it came. And inside was a gift for our daughter you had ordered in secret. And I collapsed there on the front steps. I wailed. A backpack for when she goes to school a couple years from now. You were thinking ahead to a future you must have known deep down would not include you. Though you clawed at the cliff you were sliding down, being swallowed into a silence that's bottomless and real. It's dumb, and I don't want to learn anything from this. I love you. So he talks about that it's dumb, and I don't learn anything from this in an interview he did. He said that line is more just hating it all so much that I felt like it's kind of adolescent to be like, I don't want to learn this lesson, even though I know there's a lesson happening to me. I just didn't want to even participate. I don't know exactly what it is that I have learned. I think it's an ongoing evolution all the time. This has been a big shift. I think maybe the big one is when I listen to my older songs, there are all these ambiguous metaphors. That's how it all seems to me. It's me trying to make sense of some concept that I thought of, and I'm like, I'm going to explain this concept. It's just numbing. Talking about taking out the garbage is somehow so much more powerful to me now. So this song is obviously quite powerful. I'm sure it's powerful to Chris. I'm just going to make the assumption because he's got a young daughter and another child on the way, and he probably put himself in this situation. I put myself in this situation. I've got a 15-year-old daughter, a 26-year-old son, so it's much different for me in that. But I've been with my wife for 27 years. Like, if you put yourself in this situation, the mail still comes in her name, and everything around you reminds you of them. Like, you can't tell where you start and they end. Like, I couldn't imagine it, man. And I guess having this outlet, I'm sure, was cathartic for him. I'm actually going to go and listen to this album because the whole album's really about this. So I'm sure I won't be uplifted after it, but it's just great, man. I mean, what a great song. So thank you, Chris, for bringing that. Thank you to all the patrons who support the channel. If you guys support us anyway, check out the Patreon link below, the Patreon link on the end screen. Until next time, guys, I will see you.